a real question at this point is what on earth is happening in the West? The absurd number of that have happened in the last few days is so insanely high that I couldn't cover them single video per single video, and so I decided to just compress them, encapsulate them all in a single video, because otherwise it's not possible. Like, look at this from Matt Van Swol. Breaking: over a dozen shots were fired inside food court in the Haywood Mall in Greenville. I'm sorry, what is SC? I gotta look that up. South Carolina. Okay, I still have to learn. Give me a break. Come on, I'm learning it. South Carolina. People began running for their lives and hiding in stores. One person with a GUN shot, wound to the neck. Multiple people in custody. We don't have to live like this. He's absolutely right. So this is the suspect. This is the suspect. Oh, let me guess. Self-defense? Is it self-defense like Carmelo Anthony now? Are you going to claim that? Well, oh, it was just self-defense because the people looked at him weird. Maybe it was racism. Unbelievable. This is crazy because we're not talking about people who, the victims in this case, what were they doing? Were they doing like an extreme sport? I don't know, jumping from a plane, and then you're like, well, you know, you like risk, so things could go really badly. You enjoy your sport, but the parachute didn't open, so you're dead. No, these are people who are just going to the freaking mall. To the mall. So going to the mall at this point has become a danger for your life. You know, this is one of the reasons why I will always be a massive supporter of Second Amendment rights and the right to bear arms. Absolutely. But as Matt correctly says, we don't have to live like this. Anyways, if you think that the mall is a dangerous place, seriously, if you're thinking of going to the mall, think again. If you can afford it, just order stuff. If you can't afford it, then be on the lookout. It's all I can say. But here's the thing. It's not the only thing that is risky these days. Facebook marketplaces, meetups? Absolutely not. Because look at this. Mother in Indiana shot in cold blood by a teen during a Facebook marketplace robbery. Look at the criminal thug face. Jean Gregg, 40, poor woman, was shot in the head by 18-year-old John Harrison Ford. How do you even breed people with this mentality? Like, I don't understand how someone at age 18, I was like, hey, let me get a PlayStation game. What, you want to play D&D? Let's listen to Metallica. Should I wear my hair long? Should I cut it? That girl is cute. That was me at age 18. Not, I'm going to shoot you in the head for a market. What? And they have no shame. People like this, criminals like this, have no humanity. They don't care that this child's life is ruined, that her beautiful mom was executed in front of her. But why? Let's see why. Sure, as after she intervened when the suspect tried to steal a watch her son was selling. So the child was just trying to sell a watch. This scumbag went to their house where the sale was happening, and he tried to steal the watch. She, of course, intervenes. The sale had been arranged through Facebook Marketplace and was taking place on the porch of their home. This is the reality we live in. I don't like it. You don't like it. Nobody likes it. But we have to be cognizant of the dangers. That it's a new level of threat that we are dealing with. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's social media that is manipulating people's minds, that is radicalizing youth to a point where they lose all humane feelings. They don't care. You're just an obstacle to them. They want the watch. This guy wanted the watch. He doesn't care. By the way, life in prison, I don't even want to hear it. No parole, nothing. This was supposed to be a wholesome mom-son activity. I swear it makes my blood boil. But you can't do it anymore. You can't do it. If you have a meetup tomorrow because you're trying to sell whatever it is that you're trying to sell, don't. Ship it. UPS, ground. That's how it's going to be. It's either that, or when you have these kind of meetups, your husband, your uncle, your bigger brother, they're all going to be there, all strapped, all carrying, ready at a moment's notice. But I mean, at this point, just ship it. But before we continue, let's have a word from today's sponsor. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their platforms could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of up to $1,000. Here's another one. There was a shooting in Georgia. Georgia man opened fires, this scumbag here. Georgia man opens fire on family reunion with AR-15 following racist tirade. He's talking junk, he started yelling the N-word, a witness said. Leesburg, Georgia. A Georgia family is talking about the terrifying moments when a man opened fire on them with an AR-15 during their family reunion. That's another one you can't do. Family reunions, guys. Absolutely not. Do them inside your houses. You cannot have family reunions, birthday parties. Let's go to the park. I want to walk my dogs and bring my baby. No, you can't do it. Maybe if you hire a couple of snipers. Deputies were called out on Sunday night to the gathering along Autumn Leaf Drive in Leesburg for reports of a shooting. When deputies got to the scene, they found one person with a gun shot wound. While interviewing members of the family, they said Jeffrey Kinzer, so this scumbag, had gotten into an argument with some of the people at the reunion, but then left. He's talking junk. He started yelling the N-word. Ramel Green, a witness, told Walb TV. He kept going, so we let him go. We just discussed what had happened after. They said Kinzer then came back armed with an AR-15 and was wearing body armor. He then opened fire on the crowd. Unbelievable. People started taking positions because they saw he had a gun, a firearm. I'm going to say firearm. I'm sick of spelling it. And I was in the middle of the street, Green said, and I grabbed my firearm and started returning fire and moving with him. So the way I understand it is, so there was this family reunion. They were having their little birthday party, I think it was. And then this piece of shit arrived, started shooting at them. And one of them was a veteran who returned fire. So thank you for your service, sir. We should have Veteran Month. That's the reality. We should have Veteran Month. It's so hurtful. I cried all night. Witness, my gosh. Witness Lucindy Broussard told the TV station, I'm laying outside of the ground for a shootout. I'm under a car with my sister who is 77 and I'm 62. Yeah, this should not happen. Why? Okay. How about we stop shooting each other? Shooting should only happen in self-defense. While interviewing Kinzer, a deputy said he acknowledged that he was involved in the shooting. Okay, so he admitted, well, I mean, if there are cameras. And a search warrant was executed on his home. Kinzer was also wounded in the shooting and was taken to a nearby hospital. Investigators said they recovered the rifle and body armor. Man, the veteran hit him regardless of body armor. That's military training, all right. Several vehicles sustained bullet holes from the shooting. The person injured was taken to a nearby hospital for the injuries. Kinzer was arrested after he was discharged from the hospital. He has been charged with aggravated assault. Okay, so no one died, but this should be, what's the word? Like when you want to premeditate it. I don't know. There is like a word for it when like you attempted murder. I think that's what it is. He was later released from the Lee County Jail on $5,000 bond. Are you out of your mind? How does this guy get... What? So someone who is insane enough to take an AR-15 and start shooting at a birthday family. Clearly the family were all black. This was... It seems to be, if I have to believe the local news, but I have no reason not to believe it. This was racially motivated. You know, to all those pieces of shit that keep calling everyone a racist. There you have it. That's a real racist. How about you focus on these instead of calling people who complain about freaking Christopher Nolan's Odyssey racists? How about you focus on this? How about you do that? How is he out on bond? This guy should be in prison, full stop. I have to point this out because there's people who are gonna say shit. I have to point this out. I checked. There were children. When they say family, there were children. So this guy opened fire with an AR-15 towards a group of people, meaning a family that was having a reunion, among which there were little children. and he's out on bond? Who said that? Who's the judge? See if I make myself clear. This guy should never leave prison. This guy should never leave prison. This guy. You go to a mall, you start shooting to innocent, never leave prison. So we have to create a separation between decent people, meaning us, people that would never do this, and scum that see other human beings as targets. I don't care if it's for racism. I don't care if it's because they are insane. I don't care if it's a mental illness. I don't care if it's because they were bullied as a child because they were transgender. I don't care. The moment you start opening fire to other people, you should be removed from the rest of civilized society for the rest of your miserable life. We don't have to share our lives with these people. In fact, we should make an example of them, each and every single one of them. Make an example. Now, unfortunately, when people are completely gone mentally, it's not like the example is going to deter them when they're completely gone insane. But there are other situations where maybe, because I can tell you this much, having reviewed the Carmelo Anthony situation where people claim self-defense, stabbing someone in the heart is not self-defense. Just shut the fuck up. But if these activists, they're like, oh, it's a white kid, it's because it's a white kid that was a victim and the black kid is the... Shut up. It's because he stabbed someone in the... another human being in the heart. For nothing, over nothing. So the people, if they did get someone like this out on self-defense claims, not only they could do it again, just like that piece of shit who shot the family in Georgia could do it again. People like this should start thinking, damn, I'm going to lose my entire life. I'll never get married. I'll never get with a woman again or a guy. I will never be free. I will never have hobbies. I will rot in a cell because the system does not tolerate. Maybe I won't do it. They need to be scared. We should push it everywhere. And again, as I say, there are the people who are completely gone mentally. Unfortunately, those people at this point, we need some... I don't know how you prevent it. I honestly don't know. As far as I understand, if you have a history of mental illness, you're not allowed to carry a firearm. Correct me if I'm wrong. I guess it depends on the form of mental illness, but still. I don't think anxiety, even if diagnosed, would do anything like that. But I think if you're gone nuts a few times, I don't think you can. But the problem is that a lot of this stuff is undiagnosed. So it's not, these are not people that get any form of, like, some of these just flip overnight. But then again, some of them, they do have a certain behavior on social media. A lot of the time, before the freaking manifesto, that oftentimes is hidden, particularly when the shooter is non-white, then they hide it. When the shooter is white, they show the manifesto. How about we show all manifestos, regardless, you know? How about everyone is equal under the law? How about that? Anyways, the reality is, there is a pattern. So before the big manifesto, look at the, what's his name? The Virgin Killer, the one that, gosh, what was his name? Elliot Rodger, if you remember that scumbag. So there was a pattern. He made so many videos on YouTube. And I don't know if you used any other social media platform, but these days it's on Discord, Snapchat. Like they talk about it. They express their desire for violence, mass violence. Oftentimes they fantasize, because of course there are copycats that see someone like this, and they fantasize about copying them, right? Doing what they do and imitating them. And they say it proudly online. And the reality is that if someone talks, you know, again, I'm a massive supporter of Second Amendment rights for citizens. But here's the thing. If you're someone who used social media to say how much you would love to go around and shoot and do a mass shooting, then this needs to be investigated. The FBI needs to knock on your door. It's not a matter of like police state. That's England. It's not a matter, we don't want that kind of nonsense. I'll talk about the ID nonsense. That's crazy. That's a surveillance state. And that's not what I'm advocating for. But the reality is that luckily, a lot of these people are f***ing idiots. So they think they have privacy, whereby privacy is an illusion. So because they think that what they say on social media, on Discord, no one is seeing it, whereas it is seen. If you post something, if you post a picture on Snapchat, Snapchat sends a pin, if the picture is weird, to local law enforcement. It's how it is. If you say something on Discord and it's this kind of stuff, Like, hey, let's go murder all white people or do the same but with other racial groups. If you say that, it gets pinned. That's how it is. We are monitored by AI 24/7. I don't like it, but that's how it is. So within this fabric of this high-tech reality we live in, when someone says stuff like this, the extreme stuff, when they literally say it, I'm going to do this. He said, Elliot Rogers made videos where he said, tomorrow I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, I'm going to go around and shoot people. Like, he said it. I don't even know. And some authorities, I think, went to check on him, because I watched this story a while ago, and then I don't remember exactly all the details, but I remember that, yes, of course, the videos created some trouble, so authorities went to check, but they thought, oh, we talked to him, he sounded fine. He sounded fine. This is the reality we live in. Please, this is what I want you to take from this video. If you're a decent person, just like me, you have a family, husband and wife, children, whatever you want, you need to, the levels of protections and the level of understanding of your surroundings has reached a completely new level. I'm not asking you to become paranoid, but I'm saying, if there is an option, ship. If you're selling something, just ship it. Don't deal with people. And when it comes to public events, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to reduce the amount of public places where I go. And if you're a streamer, never do face-to-face meetups. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We just have to be, and you always have to look around and see the people. If you enter any establishment, figure out immediately where the closest exit is and keep an eye on it. You can't be on your phone like that. You can't be like this and you don't know what the heck is happening around you until you hear the firearm discharge. You have to look around as you. It is what it is. That's where maybe one day we'll figure it out. But this is not the 1960s. This is not the 1980s. We don't live in that time anymore, and we have to be careful, attentive, focused all the time. Then when you go home, you relax, but make sure you lock all your doors. Welcome to reality. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.